Congratulations to Peter Obi because he is the winner of 2023 presidential election. Watch this video and please hit this like button, share this video, make other people when they see am. Don't forget to hit this like button and watch to the end. You go understand why I say congratulations to Peter Obi. Watch, share and comment.
Where is Peter Obi? Because most of the Nigerian youth I speak to and I interact with, they seem to be rooting for Peter Obi because they believe that he's probably there.
And they did vote for him in their numbers.
So they believe that Peter Obi should be their next president.
And I believe so too, because I've actually seen the data. So the result sheets, the hundreds of thousands of result sheets, which were not sent even though they were supposed to be sent and which we eventually got access to, it indicates very clearly that Peter Obi didn't just win the election, he actually won it in a landslide. However, the problem with, well, I don't want to say the problem, but the key difference between Peter Obi and Bola Tinubu is that Peter Obi is not a career politician. Peter Obi is a billionaire businessman who happens to go into politics. Had it been the roles were reversed, and it was Tinubu who was in a situation where he won an electoral landslide and then his mandate was stolen by the other candidates, what Tinubu would have done is something like what's that Kenyan candidate who lost the election? What's his name?
Raila Odinga.
Raila Odinga. Thank you very much. So what Raila Odinga did in I believe it was 2015, was it 2016? No, it was 2015, where he was declared the what's his name? Uhuru Kenyatta was declared the winner of the election. Then Raila Odinga took his supporters to some stadium or whatever and got some judge to do like a mock swearing in and called himself the people's president. That kind of stunt, even though you could say it's treasonous, that's exactly the sort of thing Tinubu would have done if he was in Peter Obi's position. Because that's what a politician would do. If you know that the people are on your side, or you have a large enough number of people on your side, then you know that there are other cards you can play in addition to just going to court. Because you know that the security agencies, for example, are not going to come after you, because if they know that if they do, they can start a civil war. So you play that to your advantage. That's what an African politician would do. Well, Peter Obi is, as I said, is a businessman, he's not a politician. So because I've actually spoken to him since the announcement, and all he's concerned about is, well, gather evidence, go to court, gather evidence, put our legal case together properly, blah, blah, blah. But the thing, I personally, I haven't told him this, I'm not part of his campaign team anyway, but what I personally believe is when you're working in an African context, in addition to following the letter of the law, you always have to have a certain element of, you know what, I have the carrot, but I also have a stick. So if I'm doing things the right way and you are determined to frustrate me, even though I'm trying to do things the right way, I have another thing in reserve and I'm going to make sure that you can see it. I might not use it, but I'm going to make sure you can see it and see that they have the capacity to use it. And that might make you think twice about trying to frustrate me. I personally believe that Peter Obi should, ever since the supposed results were announced, he should have come out publicly and led maybe a couple of rallies or something. Just a show of force. Not a protest, not a riot, nothing like that, but just a rally. Just a show of force. Just so the authorities understand that this thing isn't going to be as easy as you think it is. It's not a matter of you just declare anyone you like to be the winner and then the person gets sworn in and that's the end of that. That the youth are still here. They're still on the streets. They've not gone anywhere. And you're going to have to answer that question to them. That's what I think he should have done. But ultimately, obviously, I mean, he's the one running for president, not me. And, I can only speak as an outsider. I mean, if I knew as much about politics as he does, probably I'll be the one who would have been running for president, not him.
Yes, to the ECOWAS Commission, I think we can't overemphasize the importance of ECOWAS and the place of Nigeria in the economic community of West African states. Nigeria's democracy is at an edge where anything little could mean a whole lot. Now, it's our responsibility as Nigerians, regardless religion, regardless political affiliation, regardless ethnic background, to come together and to demand what's right. Now, key among what we are asking for is an arrest of the INEC chairman, and then we equally need, the constitution of an interim regime, an interim government that will oversee all of the criminalities, the unconstitutionalities, the illegalities of the electoral process, so that we get to do what's right, and then the people, as you could see, will be able to celebrate the victory of a leader that they have chosen and believe in will bring it change to, you know, Nigeria.
This project has lasted for about
our vote must go, must
No, it is not. It is not enough that we have delivered those messages. We will always do it, because if evil decides to persist in Nigeria for decades, then we will have to be far more serious. We will have to be far more dedicated than we are. So we will continue on our mandate. We will continue calling until we are heard. It's a tradition that at some point when we speak, at some point when we talk, people tend to just listen and forget. An example is Nigerians will tell you, why are you protesting? It's Nigeria now and all of those things. So like I said, if evil is not tired of infesting Nigeria and ruining us, we must not be tired for demanding what is good. Yes. Yes, like I said, my name is Zari Yusuf.
Very, very obvious. And everybody can testify to that. 100% of this country know about it, that it's not the person we voted for that was nominated, that was announced. So I think they need to help this nation. The foreign body need to help this nation. And that's why we are here today at the ECOWAS. They need to help us. They need to help us. The youth are suffering. 10 years after graduation, you cannot see any work because you don't have a godfather. In fact, I was not feeling too well today, but I said I must come out. It's so bad. It's so bad. So we need a new government. We need a new Nigeria. Our vote needs to be counted.
So what exactly do you want from INEC and the federal government as well as the government?
Okay, the international community need to come to our aid, please. Yes, by making our vote count. Yes, they need to come to our aid because it's very obvious. The observer can testify to it that it's not who voted for that they announced.